It has sparked a war of words in the race for state attorney. An article in Folio Weekly that questions the mental competence of the woman who was the local medical examiner up until 2010.
And now challenger Wes White is calling for a federal investigation of his former boss, Angela Corney, accusing her of a cover-up that could now overturn many local criminal cases. Corney responded, accusing White of crossing a political line and demanding he apologize. We have complete coverage, including an I-team investigation of a possible threat to closed cases. We begin with Channel 4's Vic Micolucci, who spoke with White at his office in Riverside. Vic.
Well, he says this is not a political stunt. Instead, it's about what's right and wrong. He says this was illegal, and that's why he's asking the Department of Justice to investigate.
You have left only a small space in a plastic bag.
This was Dr. Margarita Aruza in 2005, testifying as the district's chief medical examiner. There's been no disputing that she was great at the job, a dedicated professional. But in 2010, former Assistant State Attorney Wes White claims he noticed problems when he was meeting with her.
It became evident after 2 or 3 minutes that she was suffering from advanced dementia. She could not remember the college she attended. She could not remember the medical school she attended.
He says that was concerning for himself, State Attorney Angela Corney, and former prosecutor John Guy. White claims Corney and Guy said they were going to let everyone involved in their current homicide cases know about it. But a new article in Folio Weekly magazine reports that most defense attorneys on these cases say that did not happen.
Well, it's sandbagging the defense. It's a violation of the law.
White tells us if it's true, that means dozens of murder convictions could be overturned.
It's quite possible that trials will have to be retried at the cost of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to the state of Florida.
Dr. Aruza stepped down shortly after that meeting in 2010. Today, neither White nor Corney said they knew where she was or how she's doing. But White says if the allegations are accurate, the issue is clear.
It is simply unacceptable that the state attorney would hide evidence.
And White tells me the state attorney's office has hid evidence and information in other very important cases over the years. Of course, Angela Corney says that is absolutely not true. She said a lie in her words. She has a very different response to the allegation. She spoke with Channel 4's Jim Piggott. Jim?
You know, Vic, she says this is nothing but a political stunt. She says there are no medical records available that shows that Dr. Aruza suffered from any type of medical or mental problem at that time. But she did say back in 2010, she was aware of that meeting and aware of the problems and aware that Dr. Aruza couldn't remember things on her resume. And she says right after that point, she took action and the doctor resigned then. But she says no autopsies were compromised. In fact, she is basically saying when they knew there was a problem, others within the medical office staff stepped in to handle any case. Here's what she talked about the meeting that she had with the medical examiner.
In late 2010, issues about Dr. Aruza and her ability to recall certain details were brought to my attention. That occurred the last week of October 2010. Despite this coming to our attention at that time and me meeting with Dr. Aruza, never has there been, and let me repeat that, never has there been any information provided to this state attorney's office regarding a medical condition or a determination of Dr. Aruza's full abilities or mental capacities. So it is, again, shameful that there are people out there talking about diagnoses of a woman whose reputation was impeccable.
Now, Corney said that she was concerned that some attorneys were speaking out, but one attorney who is speaking out and concerned about this is Public Defender Matt Shirk. He says that his office should have known all about this.
Definitely. And I think it's way too early to just immediately say that Brady isn't impacted here. I didn't expect anything less from her. You know, Ms. Corney tends to substitute real justice for her own way of doing justice, and that's, you know, hopefully that's not the case here, but if it is, then we intend to do all we have to do on behalf of clients that we've represented.
Shirk says they are contacting those clients. Now, Corney says all of the records are available, and she welcomes people to come in and take a look. And if anybody has questions about this, to call her office. We're live downtown. Jim Piggott, Channel 4, the local station.